welcome back to another podcast. I'm here with my co-host Donald Blood,
Uh, what's up?
and the topic we are going to be talking about today is we're not gonna make jokes because this is a very serious topic today. And I know we make a lot of jokes, but those are just jokes, so yeah, we have a lot to talk about, a lot of statements to look at from the women involved, and we're gonna be talking about Fed and the shit he did with offline TV. So the first statement we're gonna look at is Yvonne's. I think that's her name. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Um. So yeah, let's get right into it. You ready, Donald?
Yep.
By the way, I'm just gonna preface this by saying, Donald, these are all streamers who lived in one house. And they're claiming that this Fed guy sexually assaulted them. Pretty much. Well, sexually harassed them. Okay. I want to start off by, this is, Yvonne's, statement. I want to start off by saying Fed was the first friend I felt like I made at offline TV. He was very welcoming, and I spent the most time with him out of everyone. We got along sorry, I can't read. We got along really well and quickly became really good friends. We would go on late night food runs and watch movies together in my room since I had a TV. Fell asleep frequently there and became a normal thing. We always stayed on our side of the bed. Nothing ever really happened until it did. So, this is one point I want to bring up. I guess a lot of the girls in there, he'd be like, they'd be watching movies and stuff. Of course, like you normally do with friends and shit. And the stuff would happen when he would fall asleep in their room on their bed. Okay, this is when, it's gonna start getting pretty creepy. Okay, so this is what she said. Happened. I was lying in bed with the lights off. The door opened and Fed came in. Drunk from going out that night, he crawled into my bed and laid there for a bit. Then he grabbed my hand and held it, and I didn't move at all because I was shocked. He then brushed my hand against his cheek, and I kissed it after. I was still in a state of shock, trying to process what's happening, because this guy is supposed to be my friend, and he also knew I had a boyfriend at the time. Next, he stuck his hand inside my sleeve and touched my side next to my chest. Although it wasn't exactly my chest, it was close enough to make me feel extremely uncomfortable and feel like that was not a place where a friend should be touching me. I still couldn't move at this point. In my head, I was just begging for him not to go any further, praying he would stop there. He did retracted his hand and made it seem like he was sleeping there. 10 minutes later, he woke up and said, "Well, how'd I get here?" I asked, "Do you remember anything?" He said, "No, I locked my room." Okay, so, first off, I want to preface this by saying, me and you, Donald, right?
Mm-hmm.
We make a lot of fucked up jokes, but we would never actually do anything without a girl's permission.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, people who do shit like this are, fucked in the head. Like, this whole situation is completely fucked, especially all the diehard fans trying to say he did nothing wrong and shit. He did. Sexual assault and the type of shit he was doing, where he's touching girls while drunk and then pretending like he was sleeping, was kind of fucked. Well, not kind of, it was pretty fucked. Um, um, and yeah, and it can fuck up the girls mentally and, you know, make it traumatic for them and shit. But, okay, let's dive into the next paragraph. The next day I went up to his room and asked him if he remembered what happened last night. He said no. I told myself that if he forgot, then maybe he didn't know what he was doing and because he was drunk. And I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to make it feel weird between us. A few weeks later, I was lying in my bed. Yeah, so pretty much. Yeah, so pretty much he goes on to say that, like, pretty much they all kept this a secret because they're kind of scared of what the backlash would be. And they wanted to handle it privately, but, he kept fucking up, so they ended up not handling it privately.
Okay, that really bothered me.
What?
You only had one torch in your fucking... Put six and that's crazy. Torches.
Yeah, Donald, do you have any, comments?
No. Duh.
Like, do you think if a girl says...
What I'm gonna say might sound really fucked. These girls getting raped and bullshit. I just feel like, what the fuck is the world going to? I feel like, at first it's because of the fucking racism still going on now it's like, now the fucking riots are going on, and now I'm hearing fucking girls getting raped. I feel like the fucking world is going to straight up fucking hell. I just feel like
Yeah.
it's turning into fucking hell. Devil, if you believe in the devil, I feel like the devil is just fucking happy. He wants us this way and bullshit, and makes him happy, and I'm like, no, fuck you, and yeah.
Yeah, but thank you for that. Because I think a lot of people agree. But I just wanted to touch on this briefly, guys, because this was kind of a fucked up situation, and then it was a fan versus fan type shit. But in happy news, I will be starting a Minecraft series with Donald and Matt. Donald?
What?
I think you might need to unplug your mic. I think it's fucking up. And then plug it back in again. Okay, speak.
Is it still fucking up?
No. Yeah. It's not fucking up anymore. But I'll let you guys go. But just remember, if a girl says no, guys, obviously it is not okay whatsoever to continue anyways. And, if she shows that she's not into it and doesn't say anything, that's not okay to keep continuing like Fed did. Now, I know they keep saying, the girls keep saying they, you know, don't send any hate, but I really do think this guy's a piece of shit and should be locked up. But, anything else you want to add, Donald?
No, I think I said what I said. So.
Okay, next podcast will hopefully be more positive. We'll be talking about, you know, what our plan is to do, because we're gonna have a fuck around world, and we're also gonna have... You fat as hell, Donald. I'm kidding. Okay, but, I'm gonna go play some, Minecraft with Donald, because I just woke up, so I'll talk to you guys later. This has been the Badass Friends podcast. And, you wanna say anything, like, where can they find you on YouTube, Donald?
Well, they can find me what I just wrote. I said food on your fucking broadcast, dum-dum.
And where can they find you on Instagram?
I don't really care about Instagram. I don't even use Instagram that much. Oh my god, there's a fucking, spider. Fuck you, spider.
Okay, well, boy. Say bye, Donald.